Hello and welcome to today's video. We are going to be attempting, and the keyword is attempting, to read 200 pages a day. This, for some people, I feel like is very doable. I don't read anywhere near 200 pages a day. I definitely read a lot, I would say, but 200 pages a day is very much exceeding what I normally do. But we are going to try because I have a large monthly TBR this month that I really want to get through, and I also want to get my physical TBR down by the end of the year. So this will hopefully help with that. These are the books that are on my monthly TBR that we are going to be reading. We have a very large book, Crescent City. We have Broken Country, and we also have Strange Weather in Tokyo, and then My Husband's, which is on my Kindle, and then we have just a ton of physical TBR books that I would love to get to as well. I started Broken Country this morning, and I have gotten 56 pages in, so that means we are already on a roll today of getting our 200 pages. I'm really enjoying it so far. This is definitely a good choice for reading so much in one sitting because it is flying by. It is very fast paced. The chapters are short. It's switching between a bunch of different timelines, so you don't really get a chance to get bored. So yeah, fast paced. I will definitely update once I get further into the book and discuss more of what it is about. But I'm excited for this week. I'm a little bit nervous, but we are going to try to get in as much reading. I really want this week to be focused around reading. I work in the evenings, so the goal for most days would be to get most of my pages done before I go to work, and then just have a few left over for when I'm in bed at night. But let's get reading. Okay, we are on day 2. Yesterday I finished my 200 pages before I went to work, and this morning I already read 50 pages of Broken Country. I have 50 pages left of this book, and then I will have 100 pages to read of another one today. If you are looking for a fast-paced book, this is definitely a good option for you. The chapters are so short, like I was saying, and it really does keep you engaged throughout the whole book. I have just been turning the pages so fast. It's been so easy to read my 200 pages a day with this book. The main theme is Beth and her husband who are trying to navigate grief after losing their son, but Beth has another timeline and another challenge going on at the same time as this. She is trying to kind of decide between her current husband and her first love that she lost when she was in high school. And it's quite painful to watch the couple deal with the grief of their son while she is having this kind of separate journey from her husband, and watching her husband, Frank, who is just so kind and always does the right thing, and then you're kind of watching her betray him and have this kind of secret life she's living. And then on top of that, there is another timeline where there is a murder trial. You know that a murder trial is going to be happening, and they kind of sprinkle it throughout. This is kind of the mystery that I think people are talking about when they say that it's a romance and a mystery, but there's really not as much mystery as I was hoping for. It's very, very sprinkled, those trial pages in the beginning. It's just near the end where they kind of start to ramp it up. But it does make sense for the story to kind of ramp up your emotions with the romance until you get into this trial case. I've been finding it quite interesting the way that they portray Beth trying to decide between these two men and these two different loves of hers. It doesn't seem like the author was trying to paint either of the loves as the right or the wrong choice. Neither of them were the villain, it seemed, which I thought was interesting because we didn't really have anyone to root for, at least when I was reading it. I was just interested in how Beth was going to go about this and what she was gonna choose. I wasn't really needing it to go one way or the other. I don't like how she went about things, but I was okay with whatever she would decide. But it was still kind of challenging to read how she went about things. If you read this book, then I'm sure you know. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. 50 pages left. And then I think I'm going to start The Academy for the other 100 pages. I feel like I should definitely read How's It Written Blood next, but I don't want to. And I feel like, what is this piece of hair? It's actually driving me crazy. Okay, one bang. And I feel like if we're going to be reading 200 pages a day, I should probably read something that I am currently gravitating towards. So I think we're gonna start this afterwards. And it looks very fall. It looks like it is screaming to be read in October. So I'm just gonna give it what it wants and we're gonna read it. Honestly, I think this is too much reading. I failed yesterday. I had 30 pages left, and then I got home from work after 12, and I was like, technically it's the next day, so I can't do it, but also I didn't want to. The thought of picking up a book seemed terrible, and I've never felt like that. I always want to pick up a book. I don't know how people do these challenges. I can't foresee myself doing this again unless I don't have a full-time job. If I could spread it out over the whole day, we'd be fine. But I think condensing it all before I go to work, it's so much reading. It didn't seem like a lot of reading, 200 pages, but it is a lot of reading. I was finding myself at work thinking about the characters and then having to remind myself that we're not in the same universe. And that's not healthy. So honestly, I'm gonna end this video here. I was gonna keep going, but no. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I will hopefully see you in my next one, and hopefully I will be out of this reading slump, because what the heck, I have never not wanted to read. Genuinely don't know how people do a 48-hour reading challenge. I would go insane. But yeah, thank you again for watching today's video. If you ever see a video of me completing a challenge like this in the future, it probably means I found myself without a job, which would be awesome, but not right now. Bye.